Hey, good morning, good morning. And it is Thursday. And I think we got a little break in the rain today, but it looks like still some coming. Um, this is Getting Started. My name is James Harnsberger. And what we're going to do today is put together a little bit if you've been working on the exercise. So we're going to put one part of it together today, and then tomorrow we'll bring the whole thing together. And I think what we were talking about was taking each of the modes of money in the little statement and then tying that back to the one word that described the emotion for each of those responses. And then what we were going to do is then sort of engage, if we were up to it, and we are, creating like a creative writing assignment. Back in the day when we had a class called creative writing, we learned to write creatively, and it could be fiction or some thing that you would do in the creative writing class, and designed to obviously get you thinking outside of the box a little bit. And what we're doing here is, with this little exercise, what it's designed to do is two things that are really important about how we frame things, or based on our experience, maybe how we relate to things. Like we'll take one aspect like that we're working on with our financial life, our financial aspects, how we relate with our money in our financial life, and how we might have challenges during those times where we might feel stuck financially, can all be tied back to a couple of things like patterns and routines that we get into. And talking about routines, I think we spent some time talking a little bit about the auto ship and the auto pay, auto deposit. Each of these things develop patterns that disconnect us from the relationship that we have with our financial life and our money. And it's even to the point where they even suggest, well, just put it on auto ship or auto pay, and then you don't have to think about it. It's just going to be auto pay. And it's like crazy, right? It's your money and you don't even have to think about it. It'll just be on auto pay. That is exactly what I'm talking about. We're disconnecting. It's on auto pay. And then pretty soon, after some amount of time, I don't know, it's different for everybody, we discover that we have a lot of shit on auto pay, right? I don't know, 8, 9, 13, 27, some number, all this stuff going out and on auto ship and auto pay. And we're trying to figure out, why do we run out of or money before we run out of month? And that might be one of the reasons, right? And we're disconnected in relating with or to our financial aspects and our money. And so this exercise is designed to lay a foundation, and using sort of an approach of creative writing, taking the feeling that you have reading the statement, and then formulate that with the felt and feeling, and then the one emotional word that you identified. Now, what we want to do today is, if we have our final draft, having read that statement, generally it's going to reflect a lot of the good feeling aspects of the experiences that maybe you cited in each of the modes of money, right? And from those, what you're going to do today, if you're playing along in the game here, the exercise, after reading this statement, you're going to go through each of the 5 modes of money: the making money, spending money, saving money, investing money, and wasting money. And what you're going to do today, on Thursday, is you're going to take one thing of each of those aspects that, knowing today what you know, or having the experiences that you've had since you did that thing, making money, saving money, or investing money, what's one thing that you would do different today regarding your response or your statement on making money? What's one thing that you would do different today in saving money? What's one thing that you would do different today in investing money? What's one thing that you would do different today in spending money? Or what's one thing that you would do different today in wasting money, right? And so today we want to take each of those modes of money and just write a little response out. Today, knowing what I know, I would do X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah differently when it comes to spending my money. Today, I would do blah, blah, blah differently in terms of how I invest my money. So we're going to take today, and we call this reframing, and we're going to reframe looking back to those experiences, and we're going to identify and just write out a little short statement of something that we would do differently today, knowing what we know now, when it comes to each of the modes of money. And notice that I didn't say something that we would do better, because that would presume that what we did was worse. If something's good, something else has to be bad, right? So we're using neutral words that don't have this feeling of good or bad, right or wrong, in or out, or up or down. We're just using words like different. What is something that you would do today differently, knowing what you know now about how you spend money, save money, make money, invest money, or waste money? And we're just going to write out a short little statement today. Again, practicing our little creative writing skill, something that we would do differently for each of the aspects and modes of money. Then we took each of those emotions that we had one word associated with. We played a little bit like a word association game, right? And we had one word that we associated with each of those modes of money in the little statement that we wrote. And then we came up with whatever that word was. We came up with an opposite word, right? And so that opposite word we're going to use tomorrow to formulate again, a reframing technique and exercise. Now, on the website right there where I'm pointing, if you'll go there and on the tab section labeled Week 2, if you download the thing that Neil Slade had given us to share, one of the books, several of the things that he has written, this guy is really smart. Like decades long of research, brain research, and really a smart guy, really a great guy. The one download is titled Free Supercharge, and you can download. It's a PDF book that you can download. And what you'll want to do, if you're up for this, and I'm sure you are, is you're going to go to chapter 8 of that little PDF book titled Brain Exercises. And you can read that chapter. It shouldn't take that long. On chapter 8, Brain Exercises. It's really a clever way of looking at how we talk about things that we do and reframing things, sort of like I'm doing with, go back and reframe this, something that you would do different, not something that you would do better. Because if I said something that you would do better, then that would imply that what you did was worse than better, right? And so it's very important to understand that we're using language in a very unique way and specific way so as to be neutral. We want these words to be neutral. Good morning. Let's see, we've got Jessica. Good morning, Tina. Let me see if I can identify. I'm figuring out the tech stuff here. Man, this shit is just crazy. Ulysses, good morning, everybody. And so we're going back and we're taking through the exercise, making money, spending money, saving money, investing money, and wasting money. And today we're going to write out, using our creative writing skills, right? We're going to write out a short little statement of something that we would do different, right? Today, looking back, I would do blah, blah, blah when it comes to making money. Today, looking back, I would do blah, blah, blah when it comes to spending money. Today, looking back, I would do blah, blah, blah regarding saving money. Today, I would look back and do something different in regards to investing money. And today, looking back, I would do blah, blah, blah when it comes to wasting money. So all we're doing is reframing the original statement, each of the modes of money, and today writing a short little statement of something we would do different as we look back to each of these modes of money. And the cool thing, you ever have a situation where, let me think here, where let's say you run into an old friend, right? And you haven't seen the friend, maybe high school friend, college friend, whatever, from the hood or wherever you grew up. And you run into them and, oh, it's been a long time. How are you? Oh, I'm good. I've been divorced and blah, blah, blah. And you're catching up, right? You're reconnecting, right? Remember the feeling when you reconnect? Well, what we're doing with these exercises is we're helping you understand that this electronic network society that we live in, for all the good things that are cool about it, right? There are a few things that are working like not in our favor or not in our interest, like the auto pay, the auto ship, the auto deposit, all that shit, right? And so we get disconnected from the aspects of our financial life. We get disconnected literally from our money. It's on auto pay. You don't have to think about it. Just put it on auto ship. But I don't have to think about it. It's my money. What do you mean? And so what we're doing with this exercise is we're giving you a tool to reconnect. You can still do auto ship, auto pay. It's your money. It's your life. I'm just suggesting that if you have the feeling that you don't know what, where shit's at and what's going on with your money, these are little signs that are telling you, your brain, the part of your brain telling you that, this is not working. It's not that it's good or bad. It's just not working, giving you what you desire. And so this exercise today is taking what we've done and we call it reframing. It's the same thing. It's just like a picture, right? Got a picture, it's hanging on the wall. And Susan, I'm going to tell you, I think we have to reframe that picture, right? We're just going to reframe it. It's the same thing, right? But all we're doing is reframing it. And by reframing, we're going to get a different context. And we're going to have an ability to see it from a different point of view, which I'll share with you tomorrow. When we wrap this all up, we call it the wrap up. I'm pulling out a couple of articles. I found some stuff. I ran across this one thing. Stupid shit people do, stupid shit people. And I started reading. Man, it's like the guys in La Jolla with the Pokemon going off the cliff. It's crazy. And this is how disconnected we can get sometimes, right? And so what I'm working on doing now is helping you find a way every day, every week, every month to just simply check in and reconnect. A lot of the things that we feel, the anxiety, are based on experiences that we framed in a way that give us that negative feeling, if you will. And what we're doing here is we're reconnecting, kind of like we did with an old friend or, I don't think maybe an old girlfriend or boyfriend or ex-wife or anything, but, somebody that you went to school with or something like that. And we're reconnecting and we had that great feeling. Well, when you reconnect with your money, you reconnect with your financial life, it works kind of the same way. You have this great feeling because it's like, man, where have I been, right, for the last, whatever. And that feeling is really the part of your brain telling you that, things are good. Ace is up. We can fly now. And what we're doing with this exercise is now giving you a foundation that tomorrow we'll pull together will be like a key. That key will give you important insights about patterns and routines. And, it's okay on the auto stuff But why don't we flip it around and do like we were talking about before, and put together an auto keep system where we automatically keep some of our money, an auto invest system where we automatically invest a little bit of money, an auto saving or auto reserve where we automatically reserve some of the money. Those kinds of systems are working to accomplish the objectives and the desires that we have, consistent with the financial aspects in the life that we really desire. And see, when we're doing things that are not congruent with our desire, we get this short circuit. And what happens is negative feelings, emotions, whatever, start going off. And then we start, it's like literally sometimes just going off the cliff about our money, about our financial life. And it can range just a million different ways. These are signs that when we're feeling these things, we're not at the best, most optimum of our purpose and our ability. But the reason is because we haven't connected. The auto ship, the auto pay, the network world, the network society, in some ways has contributed maybe to us being disconnected. So again, we're going back today, using again our creative writing skills and writing a short statement, looking back today, knowing what I know, I would do X differently when it comes to making money, spending money, saving money, investing money, and wasting money. Just write that out, and then we'll tie this together tomorrow. Go up to the website that's right there. Go to week 2, download free supercharge, and go to chapter 8. Actually, chapter 6 is pretty cool too, but go to chapter 8 and read the brain exercises. It's really cool. There's a little clue in there for you. And these little exercises will give you a little bit more of an insight about how this stuff works and how just simply how we frame things can send us soaring through the cloud, knocking it out of the park every time we do it, or just feeling like, oh God, here's another shitty day showing up, right? And how we frame things when it comes to our money, because there's so much emotion tied to our money and our financial life, it can be even more magnified than normal, if there is such thing as normal, right? Now, with regard to in terms of the other 2 exercises, the one with the journal and the one with the receipts. So here's a clever little hack that you can look at. If you've been keeping the receipts and then you went through that exercise and maybe you separated them out into 2 piles of receipts, stuff that you wanted versus stuff that you need. I remember when I did that back in the day. Man, the pile of stuff that I wanted was like just crazy. It was just like high. The stuff that I really needed wasn't that much, right? And then I realized that, you know, the choices I was making were actually working against the shit that I wanted or desired, and that, you know, I had to fix what I was trying to fix wasn't broken. I had to fix something else, right? And that's kind of funny how that works. You go thinking that you're going to fix something over here, and it's not broke. Leave it alone. It's something else. So these exercises are designed to help you see that it's probably something else, and you'll discover that pretty soon. The other part of how we frame things in the context of our financial life and our money is we generally have a tendency to frame things in a negative context. And the reason that is true with regard to our financial life and our money can be found a little bit in how the part of your brain in chapter 6 of the free supercharge, if you read chapter 6, other frontal lobes of the brain and thoughts, you'll understand a little bit about why we might be framing things negatively when it comes to our financial life or aspects in our financial life. And all I'm really doing here is trying to give you some tools and some resources that you can have a different perspective of your money and your financial life that's probably going to be more effective in helping you attain the things that you desire. And if we can do that, that's probably more than most of us have had in a long time in terms of feeling like we're this hamster on the wheel, right? Not the dead hamster, but the one that's on the wheel going nowhere. And so with the receipts, if you'll go through this weekend and then organize them by date, right? Organize them by date. And then look to see each date, put it across maybe line it out on a table with little sticky notes, Monday through Sunday, right? And then organize the receipts based on the day of the week. This one was Monday, okay? And put it in that where the little sticky note is for Monday, the label. And then organize them for some period of time, as many as you've got for the last couple of weeks, by the day of week. I'm going to submit and suggest that the money that you spend for the shit that you want, like I did, right? There might be a pattern that might show up on related to the day of the week that you spend money on shit that you want. Not that that's good or bad, it's shit that you want, right? We're looking for a pattern. And a day of the week is generally going to be one of the patterns we're looking for. And so that's a clue. And I'll cover more about that Saturday with the group. I think we're sending out another thing tonight or tomorrow for our Saturday group. Get started. And just sort the receipts for the stuff that you spend money on that you want by the day of the week that you spent the money for. Not the day that the shit arrived, if you ordered it online. The day that you ordered it online, right? That's the day that we want, and because that's the day that you spent the money. And let's see if there's anything that we discover about a particular day of the week where we spend money on shit that we want, right? For me, it was Thursday. For some reason, a lot of shit that I bought that I wanted, I did on Thursday. And that led me, well, I won't reveal that yet, but it was a clue. And it was an important clue for something later on that I discovered that really helped me figure out the way I was going about organizing my financial life. It was like I was working against myself. It was like, that's just crazy, right? You ever feel like that? Just crazy making. All right, so that's our assignment today. Tomorrow we'll bring it all together and wrap it up, put a nice little ribbon on it, and there you have it. And again, go back up to the website right here, and week 2, free supercharge, download that from Neil Slade. What a great guy. Read chapter 8, brain exercises. And then if you want, feel like you're in school, we're not in school. Other frontal lobes thoughts. Read that if you want to understand sort of how this process works, especially when it comes to our financial life and our money. If you need anything, hit me an email, and we'll get back to you. Tomorrow, my plan is to bring this together and sort of wrap it up. I would also suggest maybe go back a little bit on Tuesday and Wednesday's video. And if you get a little bit confused about the assignment, just rewatch those. And then let's figure out where we're going to be tomorrow when we pull this all together. Rewriting your statement, looking back today, knowing what I know, I would do blah, blah, blah differently when it comes to making money, spending money, saving money, investing money, wasting money. All right. Have a great day, and we will see everybody tomorrow. Take care.